Hey, everybody, meaning one person out there. How you doing? We got a viewer. Hey, we got 3.
Oh, snap.
They're blowing us up now.
Damn it.
As we've been going, I know this is kind of a rush job here, but, Javier was bored. I was bored. And we decided to try a live stream. Javier's going to sketch. He'll be offering up live claims if anybody wants anything. If not, he'll be sketching either, I don't know, old commission stuff he's going to sell at MEGACON.
Yeah. I mean, I got to fill up my portfolio. It's looking really fucking thin.
Yeah.
A lot thinner than I've had it in the recent memory.
How's it been going, Javier? I haven't seen you since SketchCon.
You didn't even see me. You heard me.
This is true.
It's going all right, man. Yeah. I've been freaking just keeping rude ass hours, and it freaking sucks because right next to me, along with like the church bells and everything like that, there's been construction going on. So they basically tore down the entire building that was right next to the church, and I guess they're building up a new one. But now there's like a 10 feet or 20 feet deep hole that they use it for the foundation. So they had like one of those giant cement breaker things that just literally shook our whole apartment. So trying to sleep through that when I worked throughout the night was that fucking sucked.
Well, it helped keep you up, I guess.
No, I went to sleep this morning at like freaking 9 o'clock.
That's funny.
So having to deal with that when they start construction at like 7 or 8, not very fun.
Mm-hmm.
But trying to get everything in order for MEGACON, which I'm super excited for.
Nice. I'm going to put up a claim up here if anybody wants to claim anything for Javier. He's available.
If not, I'm working on this Moon Knight ink wash, which will be available when I'm done with it. No. You've already gone to like 2 conventions this year, haven't you?
Well, I went to Pensacon with Bill, and which was it was a nice show. It wasn't anything crazy. And then I went to went out. I think it was Clearwater, Florida.
Okay.
And that was a small show. It wasn't very big at all. I mean, it was only a handful of tables, and really, only a few artists. Ariel was probably the headliner at the place as artist wise.
Did you notice anything different about that convention versus conventions that happened like 2 years ago?
To be honest, no. I mean, at Pensacon, there were great crowds. I was really shocked at how big the crowds were. And you're talking 2 months ago when we were still wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the other show, it was a small show. So it was about as crowded as I expected a small show like that to be.
Okay.
There wasn't a huge amount of people you had to navigate, but there was people pretty much everywhere, in small little bunches. So it was about what I expected.
Like,
I'm eating, by the way. If anybody...
It's one of those things that I wish MEGACON would release how many tickets they sold. So, like, people traveling there for the show, like vendors or stuff like that, knew how to pack accordingly. Right.
Well, I think the other one thing I can say is it's not easy to find a hotel.
Well, I mean, it's Orlando, so I wouldn't imagine anything's easy to find a hotel in there anyways.
Yeah, true. But right around the convention centers where, most of the hotels are sold out. There was a convention, I drove by there a couple of days ago, and I haven't seen traffic like that since MEGACON 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, they were having some sort of basketball tournament.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm not looking forward to the whole airport experience again. I think I let my I mean, obviously, I let my A flight status relapse,
Mhm.
but I can't remember if I let my TSA pre-flight thing relapse
Hmm.
or pre-check.
What was I going to say? Oh, I'm going to PlanetCon the week after MegaCon.
You're
PlanetCon.
going to Planet Comic Con?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm supposed to be going to that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh nice. Yeah, Bill's going to be there, so he asked me to come out there.
Yeah, I'll be going. I'm like 80% sure I'll be going Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Because so here's the whole story. So obviously, like we committed to MegaCon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bought my flight, and one of my best friends lives out there in Florida, which I haven't seen in 2 years. So she's coming up for the show. After the show, I'm driving with her to her house because she lives in Port St. Lucie.
Right.
And I'm going to stay with her for a couple days and then fly back home. So that
Mhm.
was my plan. I already bought my plane tickets and everything like that. And then the editor for the comic that I'm working on wanted me to come out to Planet, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, it's no problem. And I didn't even think about it until a couple of days ago when I was just like, oh crap, what time am I flying back from MegaCon? And I'm not flying back until like Thursday at like midnight is when I land in Milwaukee.
Right.
And I planned on driving to Planet, but it's like a 9-hour drive for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage that.
Well, if you have a table, you could always just come for Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah, it like I was going to be a part of the publisher's table. It's not that I had my own.
My gosh.
So it's just one of those things where I was talking with him. He's just like, if you can't come out, that's fine. Like, let's not kill you in the process. I'm like, well, I want to go. Like, I haven't done conventions in how long? Like, I want to go out there. I want to be where the people are. But I'm just not looking forward to that drive, especially through Ohio. Or no, not Ohio, Iowa. Iowa and Indiana.
Oh yeah. I read driving through Texas is like that. Like it's never going to end.
Yeah, I've been to Texas several times. I got to say, I'm not a fan of how they drive out there.
Yeah. It was picked a bad time. There's nobody commenting or anything. Or I'm going to get a complex and think everybody else just like Jeff better.
Good time. If not, we can just shoot the shit, tell stories.
Yeah, exactly. Can I turn off the recording?
There's no echo effect, is there?
Nope.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'll be ordering all the prints this week. Other than that, I think I'm pretty good. I found a guy on eBay he was selling a lot of X Factor 71s. That's the first book that Larry did.
Yeah.
He was selling like 5 of them. So I just randomly reached out to him. I said, "How many copies of this do you have?"
Mm-hmm.
He said 115.
What, did he buy them during like the crazy 90s boom thing, thinking that every comic was going to be worth something?
I have no idea. So I said to him, "All right, how much if I buy bulk?" So I made a deal with him and got 100 copies coming.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
I'll have X Factor 71s for Larry to sign and remark and all that stuff at MEGACON.
What's going on, Scott?
What's up, Scott?
Just shooting the shit and doing some ink wash stuff. Oh man. Did the mic even pick up my neck cracking right there?
I did not hear neck crack.
Oh, that felt fucking terrific. Yeah, I gotta figure out what the hell I'm bringing with me because I now have a bunch of, well, not like a huge bunch, but like a fair amount of stack of stuff, like comics that I've done covers for, or just stuff that I've done. Where I'm just like, okay, I've never traveled with this stuff.
Right.
Like I've been kind of holding on to a lot of it just so when I do start selling it, I'll have more than like 1 or 2 issues of a comic on my table.
Yep.
But
you should be working on our MEGACON pieces, doing it live. That would be fun.
man,
Shush.
in that process.
Shush.
Like when I get into detailed pencils and stuff like that, that's a whole different other can of worms that I don't want to. It's not that I don't want people to see it, but people would never understand how I work sometimes. But what I need to practice more is like doing the stuff like this quicker, especially for like conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why these live streams have been like so helpful. Is just having the practice of like that deadline pressure type of situation.
I can't believe we're less than 3 weeks away now.
Yeah, don't tell me, man. Beginning of the month, I'm like, oh, I still got a whole month and a half to like worry about stuff, and now like at the end of the month, I'm like, shit, I haven't done any planning for anything at all. Where did that time go?
For anybody out there who's watching it, is anybody looking forward to cons? What's your first con you're going to? Or have you gone to one?
Yeah, I'm curious if like, what was the first con that actually was the first one to successfully happen this year? Was it that Pensacon?
Possibly.
Like I know that now. What was the one that happened like last week? The Terrificon?
No, Terrificon is next weekend.
Oh, is it next weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh no, it was the one in Houston, that Comic Palooza one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious about how that went and who was all there and like what the audience was like and stuff like that.
Well, this weekend was Torpedo Con.
Is that the one that System of a Down drummer just started?
I don't know. I think it's that there's a comic book shop out in Vegas called Torpedo Con.
Yeah, it's owned by
Torpedo Comic. I think they run it. I mean, they had Jim Lee was there. I mean, it was a big deal.
Yeah, he's like super good friends with that guy.
Yeah.
John Dolomyan. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's something like that.
Was that the other?
He's always over there. If you follow like Jim Lee on social media, he's always at that comic book shop. Yeah, Frank Cho, Mark Brooks, and Jim Lee at that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think bunch of those guys were there.
Was it like a huge venue? Did they do it in like the Las Vegas Convention Center?
No, I think they did it in L.A.
Really?
Yeah, probably with Comedy Jim and Frank. Figure we'll come to you.
I just begged so many questions.
They had Frank Cho, Mark Brooks, Jim Lee. Some heavy hitters, man.
Like, I mean, I hope that the people who travel to that show for business purposes, I hope that they made money and it wasn't like a waste of time.
Yeah.
But I know that as fans, people that went said you could go in about two. Really, that's not a good thing. In like what way could they go through it? Like there wasn't any traffic holding them up. It wasn't like, as they say, nuts to butts, or it was just really tiny, and there wasn't a whole lot to see there. Like, I don't think MegaCon's going to be like that, but it just makes me like wonder what this year is even like going to be like for conventions for people.
Yeah. It's crazy. Let's find out.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm going to have a good time regardless. Getting out of Wisconsin for a bit, being in Florida. And I say the part just for like I know how hot it's going to be and how humid. I haven't had to deal with that type of weather in I don't know how long.
You act like you're going to see the light of day.
I'll be seeing the light of night.
You're not going to see nothing but the inside of a convention center.
I'm completely okay with that, to be honest with you. Wasn't as much merch to look at. Yeah, makes you wonder whether or not no pun intended, whether or not they torpedoed that comic through or that con through. Like it was like last minute stuff and nobody had time to prep anything.
No, I don't know. Which one are you talking about? Torpedo Con?
Torpedo Con.
They've been advertising it a bit. Not a whole huge amount of time, but I would say I've seen them for about a month and a half.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, there's other conventions that take like at least 6 to 8 months prep time.
Yeah.
If somebody told me right now that there's going to be a new convention in 2 months, I would not go to it because you probably haven't done enough. Like I actually, when I first started doing conventions, I signed up for anything. And if there was a new convention, it's just like, hey, we're doing our first ever convention this time. I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I'd go. And then I realized that's a horrible, horrible mistake because you don't know what the hell you're signing into. And luckily, some of the ones that I did that for were like near enough local ones where I could leave and not like feel guilty about it because I could make more money being at home doing nothing than me being here. But I just really hope that it's not like the reverse boom where all of a sudden now the pandemic stuff is over and everyone now wants to run their own convention again and there's all these conventions that just pop up.
Well, you got to remember who we're going to find out who survived too.
Yeah.
Because people were making a living going down the convention scene. Hell, I'm considering it. But you got to have the funds to last for, how long has it been now? A year and a half since it's been a real convention. So who knows who survives it?
Yeah, it'll be really curious. Like I'm curious which artists are going to be there. If there's going to be any artists that I know. And I would say, yeah, probably some of the ones that I've seen at the convention traveling scene should be there.
Mm-hmm.
And all the ones that sold like bootleg prints, I hope that they didn't survive. Those guys can fuck themselves.
Right.
Those internet poachers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm interested to see how big the show floor is going to be because MEGACON was a big show. I mean, it was one of those shows that it would take you a while to get around the show floor. It was really big. A lot of vendors. I wonder how much that's going to be how close to the same that's going to be.
Online streaming shows will continue as supplemental income. MEGACON is going to be insanity. I'm hoping it's insanity.
I have a feeling it's going to be too. I really will. I think it's going to be really, for anybody who wants to get their feet wet with a real big show, that's going to be the one to be at after the COVID situation. And plus, it's down here in Florida where no one cares anyway.
I was going to say yesterday was the final end of the 2 weeks after my second shot. So now I can go into stores and not feel guilty about not having my mask on.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of treating it down here like it's we have a pretty good mayor, the mayor. You got the mayor of Orange County, and then you got the mayor of Orlando, and they work close in hand because Orlando's in Orange County.
Working on a moon night.
Good heads on our shoulders. I'm sorry.
I'm just answering Scott's question real quick. You can continue talking. I'm working on a moon night. There's going to be an ink wash for sale when I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah. So, they're pretty sensible. They basically said they had a news conference and they said this is a pandemic for the unvaccinated. So, he said if I have to pass any mandates, they're going to be for the unvaccinated. So,
yeah,
but our governor finally is coming around. He literally changed speeds in one day about trying to make COVID wasn't a big deal. And then a few hours later, basically saying, no, everyone needs to get vaccinated or it's never going to go away. And I don't know. It seemed like everybody had to come to Jesus about that recently. Hopefully it works.
You can't fix stupid, but hopefully people are now starting to get the hint.
Well, the other issue is the kids. They haven't authorized the vaccination for the kids yet. So, it's tough. It's tough. Once they allow kids to be vaccinated, then I think you'll see the numbers jump pretty high.
And to answer Ryan's question, it was Comic Palooza in Houston. I think that's what the show's called. I did not go to it. I personally don't like doing Texas shows.
You heard it was pretty wild, huh, Ryan? That's crazy. Well, I know our table spot. I'm not going to say exactly where it is, but we are going to have a very prominent area at MEGACON. We are basically going to have like our own section. We don't have any tables to our right, any tables to our left. So 4C will be a prominent display for everyone to see, hopefully. So if anybody's coming to MEGACON, please stop by, say hi, and let us know that you watch the streams.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to keep track of how many people. When I was at Pensacon, 3 people came out to me and said they recognized me from the streams.
Really?
Yeah. And that was 2 months ago. So I'm interested to see if people. I have T-shirts. I could throw this out there. I have T-shirts that I had made up. So I'm thinking about doing like a T-shirt thing for people, where if they come up to the booth wearing one of our T-shirts, we'll give them a sketch or something like that. I'm still hashing it out though. I'm not going to do anything for MEGACON, I don't think. But
I was going to say maybe a free print would be a better idea.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm not thinking I'm going to be selling all that many T-shirts.
No, but I'm just saying a sketch or something like that. That would take some time if people just want to right away grab the free stuff and bounce. Hopefully they're not like that, but at least it wouldn't tie anybody up.
I could have them pre-done too. Have a little stockpile. They wouldn't be big, they're not going to be 8 by 10. Do something small. I don't know. I'm still hashing it out. Some ideas. That was actually Jeff's idea, and I think he's watching, so you can blame him. I'm going to blame Jeff for everything.
Is he going to be down there helping in the booth?
Jeff is committed. So is Aranga.
Okay.
So it will be the three of us will be the permanent booth people, and then I'll have other people who are helping out too.
Oh, the burliest booth babes.
Yeah. Oh, listen, we got nice, comfy chairs for you guys. So you're not gonna be sitting in those convention chairs.
Oh, yeah, that
was Jeff's idea.
Something with a cushioned ass part.
Yes, it's basically office chairs.
Yeah.
Office chairs. Yeah, we're gonna take care of you guys. We're gonna do our best for you.
Hopefully, you didn't have to like splurge out the cash for those. I would have been happy.
No. Yeah, I'll tell you, I have 3 in my house to begin with.
Oh.
And then my future son-in-law said, "Hey, there's an office chair here that my boss is going to get rid of." I said, "Nope, bring it here. I need it."
We'll just have to make sure that we have those under lock and key, because I'm pretty sure like somebody will try and steal those from your table at the end of the show. Steal it for their own artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, my wife said I might have to get like a bicycle chain or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh man, I'm just hoping that there's some good vendors.
I think they're gonna be there.
My daughter's coming with me, and this is gonna be her first convention that she ever goes to. So like, I want it to be a good time for her more than anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out some sort of like little party I might have for us on Friday.
I thought we were doing the X thing.
Yeah, I looked into it. It's I don't know. It's expensive, and it doesn't seem like you get a whole lot.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? I don't know. I might still do that. I might still.
Dude,
I really like.
Don't kill yourself. I thought it was just a regular bar.
No. It's a place you got to go in. You got to sign waivers and everything. And,
oh.
Yeah, because you're throwing axes. I mean, somebody can get hurt. But I'm going to go over there and check it out, see if they have a bar and all that stuff, you know. See what's included, if anything, if you bring people in and stuff. Then I'll make a decision. But I want to do something like that. I just don't know what, where. Yeah. Working on it.
I know that I
don't have anything else to do, so you know.
What since you're from that area or whatever? What's that one like boardwalk area with all the Disney stuff? What's that called?
Like downtown Disney, or they call it Disney Springs now. Yeah, it's this big tourist trap.
I want to take my daughter to that tourist trap since she's never been. I've been there before at the end of like other conventions and stuff like that, but she hasn't. So. I was telling her horror stories of my previous conventions, and I'm like, I kind of hope that some of this stuff happens just so you have a great memory or a funny memory.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming everybody watching the stream right now is an adult. I'll tell this story right now, and it doesn't like throw anybody under the bus, but it's definitely one of those what the fuck moments. So I was at this one convention in Atlanta, and this one guy comes up to me, and he's just like, "Hey, can you do like a art review of me? Like help me out as like a artist and let me grow or whatever stuff." And I'm just like, "Yeah, sure. Like I've done plenty of those."
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal. So he hands me a sketchbook. Before he hands me a sketchbook, he's just like, "Just so you know, there's some adult material in here. Are you comfortable with that?" I'm just like, "Yeah, like I'm an artist. I've drawn all types of nude bodies, whatever." So he hands me this sketchbook, and the sketchbook's like yay big. And I start flipping through it, and like the first couple of pieces are like, superhero standard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And after the third or fourth page, I turn it, and it's penises. But superhero penises, like a whole penis.
It's like that sketchbook in Superbad.
It's been a hot minute since I've watched Superbad, so I'm not sure of the reference. But
okay. At the end of Superbad, they were talking about a sketchbook full of penises, and at the end they flip through it.
oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I don't have that in my memory. But like, he just had like 4 or 5 pages of, I don't know if it was bacon. Like, I've never met this guy before or after this convention, but like, he had like a Hulk penis, a Wolverine penis. They were all colored, and very distinctly you could tell what superhero it was.
How do you is it like the character looks like a penis, or is it like,
No, it's straight up just a head, a freaking money shot of a dick. Like, and they were colored too, so like, it was the angriest Hulk penis you could ever imagine. That was all green. You didn't see the face. It was nothing but crotch. It was that. It was like a Wolverine, a Superman, and like a Thor.
Did Wolverine have
I'm flipping through this, and I'm trying to be like as not grossed out, because I wasn't grossed out, but it just was like a shock. Like, what the hell? But I told him at the end, like, after I flipped through it back, I'm just like, what do you want to draw? Like, you're sending me mixed signals, man. Like, you have the superhero stuff right here, you have some anime stuff, and then you got dicks. Pick a subject.
I want an anime superhero with a huge dick.
Yeah. Like, but that's the only time that experience has ever happened to me, doing like a critique for somebody. So I was telling my daughter this story, and I'm just like, I don't want something like that to happen, but if something like that does happen, at least you could have a funny fucking story to tell your friends of what you experienced at the convention.
I want that to happen. I want to see the guy come up with that weird obsession. When I was in Pensacon, I wouldn't call it weird, but it was just, to see these artists do this. Some guy came up and asked Bill to draw a character from the Planet of the Apes in a sketchbook.
Okay.
And that's what it was. I mean, I'm flipping through it, and it was, Neil Adams and, you name it. And there were some big artist names in there, all drawing Planet of the Apes characters. Some that were crazy, It's like, why would you have that guy draw something from Planet, like, Art Journal or something like that? It was like crazy stuff, but it was wild. I was like, hey, that's commitment to a genre. But it was pretty cool. And then there was another guy who had a G.I. Joe one, and he asked Bill to draw some character. It was weird, like Garbage Man or something like that. I don't remember. He was like in one episode or something like that. We had a hard time finding reference for it.
And here's another story real quick. So, like, I've always getting asked to draw some strange things before. I think this was in Chicago, maybe.
Right.
But this guy came to my table. He's just like, hey, man, you open for commissions? I'm like, yeah, sure. What do you want? He's like, I want, what was it? I think it was like a Wonder Woman or Starfire. Can you draw Wonder Woman or Starfire? I'm like, yeah, sure. That's not difficult at all. He's like, but I want you to draw them fat. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, any degree of fat? And then he like hands over his portfolio, because all he collects is superheroes as fat chicks. But he's just like, dude, have you ever drawn a fat chick before? I'm like, dude, it's not really that difficult. You just don't draw muscles. You draw round lines. But he was so concerned with whether or not I've drawn a fat chick that he ultimately walked away. He's like, I don't think that you can draw a fat chick. And I was just like, all right, that's fine by me. You can collect whatever you want to collect, but I personally was like insulted at that. Like, what makes you think I can't draw a fat chick?
Yeah. So did you do it?
No, he walked away. He never came back. Yeah, we get those. We hear those stories sometimes from artists.
we like to ask that question when we have them on. Who's the weirdest thing? I mean, Larry was telling me something about some lady wanted a like a bunny or a unicorn or something like that, and he was like, okay, I can do a unicorn. But as she starts sitting there talking to him, she's telling him basically it's for a cult, that they're going to use it for a cult.
Whoa!
So he stopped. He's like, no, you're not using a drawing of mine for a cult. Or he said he ripped up what he had done. He's like, nah, here you go. We're okay with that.
Yeah, Michael, you can. I'm doing those on sketch covers. So let me see if I got an X-Men blank real quick.
Is the sketch cover cool, Mike?
Give me a sec. I gotta go through my long box or short box real quick.
You probably still have covers I sent you too. You want to know if there was a 9x12 option, Javier?
I was gonna say, if I don't have a sketch cover, I can do it on the 9x12. It's not an issue. Not sure if you heard that at all. No, I don't have a X-Men sketch cover, so it will be on the 9x12 paper.
Yeah, he's doing a 9x12, Mike. You're good.
Oh, you added the 9x12 or sketch covers.
Yeah, I thought we were doing that. I misunderstood your directions.
Yeah. No, I want to do like either the giant ink washes or sketch covers today. It's not a big deal.
All right. I can take it off.
No. Leave it. Whatever.
Yeah, I misunderstood your you wanted to offer.
It's not that big of a deal. Classic Magneto, I'm assuming? Or is there a particular Magneto costume that you were looking for?
I have a great Magneto by you.
What was that?
I have a great Magneto by you. I should share it real quick.
That watercolor one? Oh, you could share that one picture of the one that I just sent you the other day. That sketch cover that I did?
Yeah, I packed all that shit up. I think I scanned it all though. Oh, the one you sent me, the message.
Yeah.
The package.
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna share mine real quick. This is my Magneto from Javier.
Oh, here, let me. No.
Check out that puppy.
Yeah, I think that was from one of the first live streams that we did.
It was from like the first, maybe one of the first sketch cons. Maybe not though. Maybe it was one after that. I don't remember. But yeah, let me find that one you just sent me.
Sorry you can't see anything that I'm drawing right now. I have a light right above, and I think I gotta go shopping for like a different type of LED because it like always washes out anything that's on my paper. But once I start laying the inks and stuff like that, you'll be able to see what I'm drawing.
This is the Magneto. Javier just sent me the cover he did. That one's available too, right?
No.
That was commission.
So I did a random ass live stream the other night on Instagram at like 1 a.m. because I was just like, fucking bored. Let's just see who's out there, whatever.
He said your choice, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
So I'm just, like, normally on Instagram, I don't get a lot of people on those live streams that I do. Like every now and then I'll get like a bunch of people, but the most difficult thing is the fact that I like having conversations. Like if there's another person, we can talk about stuff and engage the audience. But if it's just me by myself, I'm not going to like read the news and wait for somebody to comment and chime on that. It's just like, no, let's talk about whatever you want to talk about and riff. But nobody ever says anything during those live streams, so it just gets to be difficult. Luckily, on that Saturday when I did it, a couple of my friends were up, and I was just talking with them and just shooting the shit. So I worked on that Magneto throughout it, and I was just like, yeah, it'll be for sale tomorrow. Whenever I wake up, whenever I decide to like post it or whatever stuff. And like I woke up and like already like one of the guys who buys like a lot of my original art messaged me even before I had a time. He's like, hey, I want to buy that Magneto from your live stream. I'm like, okay. Like, didn't even get a chance to post it, but okay.
Yeah, man. I just got Aaron Lepresti that way. He was sketching on his stream, and I said, "Is that a commission or is that for sale?" He says, "For sale." I said, "No, well, how much?" And it was right in my wheelhouse, so hanging on the wall right now. Yeah, we're gonna hopefully have Aaron back too. He was on about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I enjoy doing these things and just telling stories, and I love hearing like other, like Michael. Let just throw you under the bus since you're the one commenting right now. Where are you from? What conventions do you travel to? And any funny stories from conventions that you've gone to? Like crazy shit that's happened.
See what he's saying.
Yeah.
Might take a while to type out an answer for that one.
But
he said he likes waiting in a virtual line better than waiting in a line at the con.
yeah. And it's cheaper too, in the sense that, like, Rockaway, New York, I don't do cons, never been. Really? So you've never gone to New York Comic Con? If you ever do decide to do a convention, make sure that you, A, wear plenty of deodorant, B, have some type of spritz spray that you could spray in your nose for when you're near people that aren't wearing deodorant.
And wear comfortable shoes.
And yeah, definitely comfortable shoes.
You gonna do Mega? Hey, listen, Mike, I'm gonna tell you right now, buddy. You come to MegaCon, the crowd gets a little overwhelming. You come behind that 4-seat table. I'll tell you, you can relax there for a minute. Get out of the crowd if it gets a little overwhelming for you. I'm gonna put you to work, but listen. If we're busy.
No, I enjoy the smaller conventions too, because like there's no pressure for me to what is the word? Like sometimes when you're at a big show and you're basically you spent a lot of money to get to that big show. Like your overhead is a lot more. So as from the artist's perspective, you want to recoup all costs as much as possible, which means that you got to like sell as many prints as possible and do as many commissions as possible and stuff like that. And sometimes in doing that, you're not able to have that one-on-one type of quality time that you want to have with a fan to be able to like talk about your fandom, because you're kind of like doing like the in and out, like, okay, you got what you wanted. I need to help the next person. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I just have enjoyable conversations with the one person that's at a small show where I'm able to just shoot the shit with them and like find out what really makes them a fan of whatever character that they are, or like genre and stuff like that. and just make that experience all that more wonderful for that person.
My first time in MegaCon, I guess it was 3 or 4 years ago. David Finch was there, and I had a book I wanted him to remark.
Okay.
And so when I got up to him, and there was, he was taking a while with everybody. You know what I mean? Talking to him for a minute. So when I got there and I gave him the book, I said, "Can you remark this?" And he's like, "Yeah." He couldn't find a silver paint pen because it's a black page.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, let me. And he gets a silver Sharpie and he took it and he blocked out a 3x3 inch square in the black, and then sketched in black on that. And when I say a remark, I'm thinking a remark. You know what I mean? I mean, it was small, but it was a fully sketched out piece. And it took maybe a half an hour. And I mean, I was like, "Okay, you want to move to the side so you can sign?" He's like, "No, you see right here until I'm done." It's like, okay.
From what I've heard, he's remarkable in that sense.
Yeah, I mean,
he has the one line will give you as much time as you need, and then it's the next person.
Yeah. So, yeah, anybody does that at MegaCon, I'm fine with it. It is what it is. You want to give everybody the best experience you can,
Yeah.
But there's plenty of people who dump and run.
Oh yeah, no.
Draw this for me, and I'll meet you back because I got more sketches to get.
To COVID, I've gotten more into art than just reading comics. So I'm intrigued about the cons in New York. Tickets are like $100. That's actually fairly reasonable for the New York Con compared to how big it is and everything that they offer. New York Comic Con is actually one of the biggest conventions in the country, comparable to San Diego Comic Con, just on the East Coast. So if you're really into conventions and collecting and stuff like that, that's the show to go to for East Coast stuff, especially since it's in your backyard.
Yeah. Mike, I mean, the best advice I can give you if we're going to a con, especially if you're going there to do sketches and stuff, is have a plan. Have a plan. Have a list of guys you need to get first, and get to them as soon as you can, and try to get on a list.
Yeah.
And know that the list can fill up for a whole. Some guys take it. I mean, I haven't gone over this with the guys yet, but I would personally like to take a list per day, so at least everybody has a shot every day. Because I've been to cons where you go up to somebody on a Thursday and they're already shot for the whole weekend. They took all the commissions in. So, yeah, you just got to have a plan of attack, know who you got to get to, know where they are. So as soon as you get into the door, you can get right to their tables and get on their list if need be, or find out what their commission rates are.
Here's another thing that some people aren't aware of: paper. If
Yes.
you are particular about having a specific type of paper size for your conventions, bring it with you and get good quality paper.
Yeah, we're gonna have 9x12s. We're gonna have 11x17s.
No, I'm saying for in general. There's
No, but that's what I mean. If somebody comes up and wants, a 16x20 or something like that, well, you got to bring it because we're not going to hit that size.
Because I've had people come to my table and they want a weird size, but I mean, I have the 11x17 stuff, and they for whatever reason, sometimes they get mad. It's my fault that they're requesting a weird size. What do you mean you don't have 8x14 paper? I don't offer that. You're the one that's requesting that. But
right.
If you're particular about your wall size for how you have your art on your wall, just make sure that you get good quality paper and bring it with you, because you will save yourself and the artist a lot of heartache.
And one thing Javier and I were talking about, did you look into that canvas? Paper?
No, I didn't end up going to the freaking. So after we got off the phone,
yeah,
I realized that I only slept 4 hours. So when I even though I was still waking up, I never fully woke up. My body was just dude, you're way too tired still. You need to go back to sleep. So I think I was awake for an hour or two, and I went back to sleep.
That's funny. I need to ask Bill about that. He was just on the phone. I should ask him.
You should ask him about what?
You tried that canvas.
The canvas paper? Yeah. Some artists I've seen have no paper and will ask you to provide paper or sketch covers to go. Sketch covers are a different thing. No artist ever travels with sketch covers unless it's for their own project. So if you're looking for a sketch cover, then you better have that. As far as the paper thing, them not having paper, you need to smack that artist. How the hell are you going to go to a convention, offer commissions, and not have paper?
That's when you ask the show promoter to go and get you, some Xerox paper, copy paper, so you can have something to draw on.
Okay, here's a question for everybody. Have you ever gotten a commission from somebody, an artist, and it's been on copy paper? How the fuck did that make you feel? Because I've had that happen before, and I'm like,
I have a piece I'm looking at right now on the wall that's on copy paper. It was a commission.
Really?
Yep. I think it was copy paper. I have to take it down and check it, but I'm almost positive it was copy paper. I'm not going to say who it was.
No, I wouldn't ask. I'm just saying, how does it make you feel knowing that it's on copy paper?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really care because, like I said, I framed it up and it looks great. I don't know. I'm going to check now. I got to see if it is or not.
I'm just grabbing my ink pens right now. So now you'll be able to actually see what I've been sketching.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's copy paper. The ones that I'm not fans of are vellum. It's so thin and light. I actually have a piece I got from Anthony. It's a John Romita Sr. Prelim of the Hulk, like his front and his back, almost like a turnaround.
Yeah, okay.
But it's just basically shoulders up. But it's a rough prelim. He's like, "What do you want that for?" Because I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Well, I'm gonna have somebody ink vellum over it, and then I'm gonna have somebody color the vellum over that, and I'm gonna have it like it's laid out. You know what I mean? Like you can flip through it all the way to the Rush by Romita." I might start with a MEGACON. Get me.
I've had a pricey commission shipped in an envelope, no top holder, cereal box for support, no paper. What?
Oof.
I've had that happen to me once.
Yeah,
I'm not going to name the artist that did that, but I've had that happen to me.
I had a piece just this week that got damaged in shipping.
It's not one of the ones that I sent you, right?
No. It was a Bill Morrison piece, but he flattened it out pretty good. He thinks it's okay. Listen, guys, I mean, I can only do so much outside of having to cut masonite for every single piece, but I'd have to jack up my shipping prices $10. So for the amount of pieces that I ship, I mean, I probably ship anywhere between 20 and 50 pieces a week. If one gets damaged a month, it's all right. It's collateral damage. It's going to happen. But that's why I ship everything UPS too, because I trust them more. And they deliver on time, most of the time.
The one that I had was thrown. It was thrown in one of those priority boxes. It's that wide, and the art was just thrown in the box. Like there was no support, no nothing. It was just free floating in a box.
And it was paper?
It was just paper. Like not even in the bag, no peanuts of any type. Like literally the priority box that's that wide, 11 by 17 drawing, the paper just thrown in. Luckily it survived. Didn't come damaged, but I was like, holy fuck. The weird thing is about this particular artist, he finished my commission, right?
Mhm.
Like he posted it on social media, and this is years ago. Like I said, I'm not throwing this artist under the bus, but he finished my commission years ago, and when I got it, and it took him 4 months to mail it out to me.
Jesus.
Like I told him, just like, hey man, have you mailed out my piece yet? And he's just like, no, I'm gonna be going to the post office on Saturday. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then like 2 weeks later, I still wouldn't get it. I'm like, do you have like a tracking number? So I don't know if he mailed it like an asshole just to get back to me for messaging him, but like when you finish the piece, you're posting it on social media and you're clearly done with it. You should be able to mail it out to me within like an appropriate amount of time, not 6 months later. So I don't know. It's not like I was rude to him in any way. I wanted my artwork because it was a badass piece of artwork.
Yeah, no.
But not every artist is like me or has my mentality and ideals. I've realized that talking to other people.
I just saw this comment, Ryan. So Benham, I sent him a shirt. Yeah. I sent him out to certain random people sometimes. Not the Benham was random. You know, Benham was planned, but I plan on sending him out here and there to people. I've done it a few times already, so I kind of guessed at your size by your profile picture. So keep them updated. Actually, Tampa Bay Comic Con is this weekend coming up. I'm going to go to it.
Are you?
Yeah, that's not usually as big. That's not even close to as big as MEGACON.
No, it's one that I've always been a fan of, though, personally.
But it'll be, you know, if that show's well attended, then I'll know MEGACON is going to be a rock star. So I plan on going there, and I'm just going there to do recon, basically. Make sure I got all my I's dotted and T's crossed by checking out everybody else's layouts and how they're doing things and anything I might have to order or something.
I'm trying to help you out and give you as much advice that I can.
Yeah.
Stuff that I remember. Is this one just the inks, or am I doing Copics on this one?
Inks.
Okay.
I haven't really looked at the lineup. I don't think it's a whole lot of guys who are going to be there. Rags Morales is going to be there. I had him on the show about a month ago.
Yeah, that Tampa Bay feels to me like what is it, a Florida version of the Indiana Comic Con?
Yeah.
Not just because it's run by the same company that does Indiana Comic Con, but generally like the feel of that one is exactly like the feel of the Indiana Comic Con as far as like audience.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoy that one a lot.
Mm.
I didn't sign up for it just because like I didn't want to sign up for any of the earlier shows, or at least earlier on, without knowing like how the vaccinations were going to go with people and how quickly all that stuff was going to get rolled out.
Right.
But now it's safe to start booking for shows again and stuff like that, and it seems like none of them are getting canceled.
No, not
or at least not for like those related reasons.
Nope.
So now that I know it's safe to start doing conventions again, I'm going to start looking into traveling again and all the wonderful joys that comes with. I'm just really hoping that on my flight I don't deal with an asshole. next to me.
Oh, yeah.
So there was like some freaking news thing. It wasn't the other day, but it was a while ago where like some passenger punched a Southwest person for asking them to have their mask on.
Yeah, man.
And the lady,
people.
huh?
It's like people are going crazy.
Yeah, I don't freaking get it.
I don't either.
But
Makes no sense. Yeah, Mike, I do my best packaging. I mean, I've got to be, I try to secure it the best I can, and also, be as fiscally responsible as possible. You know, in the packing material, I'm in $3 or $4. Depending on how expensive it is when I buy this stuff, because it's hard to find the 11 by 17 top loaders. I get them in varying prices, from anywhere from $1 a piece to $4 a piece. Sometimes it's crazy.
oh yeah,
and sometimes I can't even get my hands on them, which means I can't ship art. So I try to, and those top loaders to me are the difference, because they can bend pretty well without damaging anything inside them. They'll snap right back to where they're supposed to be. So when something gets damaged inside a top loader, somebody really did some damage. Something big hit it, where it got stepped on or ran over or crushed by a really heavy box. And not a lot would have withstood something like that outside of like masonite. But it is what it is. I mean, I do my best, and luckily I've been pretty lucky so far with not a whole lot of package issues. And when there was only 2 that were basically destroyed. The other 2 seem to be just fine.
that's exactly why I had to stop mailing stuff with top loaders, just because it's damn near impossible to get them.
Yep.
I wish. What is it?
I bought a
Uline. Uline had them.
Yeah, they're expensive with that. So Uline can be. What I found with Uline, their prices are pretty good, but they get annihilated with shipping.
Oh yeah, no.
So I find places that are, sometimes even just a little more expensive, but still cheaper by the time I get done doing shipping.
Here's the dumbest thing about Uline. So I live in Milwaukee, right? There's a Uline warehouse in Kenosha, which is 30 minutes away from me, if that.
Right.
For me to get like the giant package of boxes that I need to mail out artwork, the shipping on it was like $26-$30.
Right.
I'm like, I can just drive down there and go pick it up. And there is a pickup option. In order to do the pickup option, you're spending $25. Like, what? Like, there shouldn't be a pickup option. It's either shipping or I'm picking it up. Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. So I look at them when I'm looking for something, but they generally can't. With the shipping, it just can't be done. It's just too expensive. But I bought a lot of top loaders from MEGACON. I got 200.
Oh, good God.
Well, I found them, and I found them at a really good price. And I was like, you know what? I can either buy 50 of them that I need right now, or I can buy 200 of them and have them for MEGACON. So I said, all right, I bought 200 of them. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to continue to use them for mailing out art, then yeah, it makes sense.
Well, listen, I mean, I think we're going to sell a whole lot of prints. I have a whole lot of artwork. I mean, I have 3 full binders of or four full binders of artwork. One is all the Alex Rigel scumbag pages. There are 2 that are full of David Williams art, prelims and covers and cover prelims and all kinds of stuff. And then there's a whole nother David Williams where it's the merchandising art. And then I have another binder that's about half full with other art. So some stuff from Bill Morrison or Andy Kuhn or Javier, or stuff that people just didn't pay for, or some stuff the guys just send me, to try to move for them. So yeah, and then not including the art that the guys are bringing themselves. There's going to be a lot of original art, obviously commission options. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of art on the table.
Wait, so if I'm having my art on your wall behind?
You could.
No, I'm just curious if that's what you were planning on doing, because then I don't have to bring my pole set up like I showed you in the thing before, where I had that set up in front of the table.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want anything like that on the table. No, everything's going to be, all the displays will be behind us.
Good, that'll save me some luggage.
Well, I told you the way I'm going to have you set up. So you're going to have a hole, at least one hole, and another half at least of a grid display. And it's 2 foot by 6 foot. So 11 by 17s, you could probably hang, I don't know, 6 or 8 on one.
No, it just came to mind right now because I have like this giant duffel bag that I travel with.
Yeah.
That holds like the pole support.
Yeah.
But if I don't gotta travel with that, then that just makes my life a whole lot freaking easier.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you'll have display area. Like I said, I don't know how many pieces you want to display, but and how big they are. But you could put original art. I was planning on the pieces I'm having all you guys do.
Yeah.
I was going to display those back there, or I was thinking about putting them on the table next to you guys.
I say on the table just to have the better visibility.
Yeah.
Just so people can see the details and stuff like that. Because if it's behind us, people aren't going to be able to see the details all that close unless you're allowing them access to go behind that to look at that. I'm trying to think, there's a art rep who does it that way. I think it was Quan Chang.
Okay.
No, it's not too late to add Copics. I can add Copics to that. I don't know if Ken already sent you the invoice.
I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to upgrade that, buddy? Go right ahead. All right.
But Quan has a giant thing. Like he's got like the table portfolios, but he also has a wall behind him with the original art. But it's like kind of pressed forward more. So between the back edge of the table, he has like maybe 2 feet for him to stand in. Okay. And then you have the wall of the art. So it's close enough where people are able to see it. I just know that's how he did his setup.
Yeah, we're gonna have 5 table. Hold on 1 second. I'm talking with Bill Morrison.
No, it's fine.
Asking me, I'm just trying to ask him about the paper, the canvas paper. He's not understanding what I'm saying. He thinks I'm talking about a commission. I'm like, no, he's looking for your opinion on the canvas paper. I'm asking him if it's if he thinks watercolor will work on it. Anyway, yeah, they're giving us 5 tables. So half, the 2 on one side will be for 2 of you guys, 2 on the other side will be for the other 2 guys. And then I have 2 banner displays, which will also have your names on it. I've showed you that.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be behind us, and then underneath those will be the grid walls. So I have 6. So 2 will be on your side, 2 will be in the middle, and 2 will be on the other side. In the middle is going to be like the 4C like merchandise, like whatever we're selling. Comics and
to answer Michael's question real quick. How many sketches do I do in a con per day? It depends on the sketches, i.e., if I have like a bunch of 9x12 stuff, sketch covers, or 11 by 17 or watercolors, generally I get through about anywhere from 5 to 10 done per day. But that's just because I have like the varying different sizes and stuff like that. If I was only doing like sketches, I'd probably get at least freaking 20 to 30 done a day. Like sketchbook stuff. Yo, what's going on, Brett? I would like to think that I'm a fairly quick artist, but not to the point where I don't give a shit about the art that I'm drawing, where I'm just like, okay, here you go. You know, it's got to look good to me before I even think about handing it over. And I've done it before at conventions where I was just like, yeah, I'm unhappy with this piece. And I ripped it up in front of the customer and they're like, what the hell's wrong with you? But ultimately, I got to be happy with it before I think that you're going to be happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how much sketching you guys are going to be doing too.
I'm hoping that I'm sketching the entire time. I'd rather be busy than bored.
Yeah, I'm hoping too. If you guys are busy, that means we're going to be busy. They haven't told me anything about any. I don't know when they're going to tell us about the any of the panels or anything. If they need us for like sketch tools or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, I know that I was signed up to do that sketchbook. They didn't get back to you on that yet?
Well, I told them you were available. And you just said okay. I don't know when they're going to tell us what day you're doing it or what days. You might do it, a couple of days. Who knows?
Gotcha.
They might ask us to do it a couple of days, and we can tell them whether we're available or not. What's up?
I thought it was just going to be a one-off type of thing where I'm only doing it once.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. He didn't tell me exactly specific just yet. But I think they're supposed to release the schedule at the 2-week mark. So 2 weeks would be this Thursday. That's when they're supposed to put out the map and everything, where everybody is.
I haven't looked at all on their website at all. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just because I've been working on so much freaking art for people.
Yeah.
We're just like, it's a convention. There's nothing really for me to look at since I don't get celebrity stuff.
But well, yeah, but do you capitalize on maybe who's there? Draw something?
No, I've never done that.
Because they added the guy who plays what's it, Moff Gideon? Is it from The Mandalorian?
From what?
The Mandalorian.
Oh,
with the black saber.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming.
What is it, Giancarlo Esposito?
Yeah, is that his name?
Yeah.
Gus from Breaking Bad. Not Gus. What was his name? He wasn't Gus, was he?
I know he was on Breaking Bad. I've never watched that show.
Yeah,
so I don't know what his character's name was.
I don't remember. Someone out there might remember. They lost all the Hobbit guys. I was wondering who they were going to try to replace them with.
They lost all the Hobbit guys?
Yeah. Apparently Elijah Wood couldn't do it, and they decided since he wasn't coming, none of them were coming. Because it was supposed to be a Hobbit reunion, so one of them. You can't have it. So they canceled everybody.
And that's the exact reason why I don't follow the celebrity stuff. They're canceled all the time.
Exactly. Yep.
If if a celebrity's there and there's a thing that I have that celebrity is related to, great. If not, doesn't affect me none.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'm there to like represent myself as an artist and not like trying to make the quick buck.
Right.
Like do other stuff. I just remember my weirdest experiences like The Walking Dead. That one guy who had like the tigers or the lions.
Oh, King Ezekiel.
Yeah. He ended up coming to my table once and asking me if I had either Ezekiel or Cyborg from DC, because apparently he does like the Cyborg voiceover for the cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, I'm sorry, I don't. He's like, oh, you should get on that. I'm just like, I will. eventually. Like, it's not high on my priority list.
Oh, the actor who played Cyborg in Justice League is going to be there too.
Ray Fisher?
Yeah. He's a new ad too. We used to have that stuff happen all the time when I was doing the sports marketing stuff. You'd have other players want to get autographs from the other guys, and it was fun. We used to sneak our stuff in too. So here, Tony Dorsett wants you to sign this. Can you sign this also? There you go.
You know.
How heavy is the bag with all that stuff in it?
What's up?
How heavy is the bag with all that stuff in it?
Oh, my art supplies?
Yeah.
Not heavy at all, man.
No?
I put it in my backpack.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, when I travel for a convention, I just have my art supplies, tablet, headphones, and then my my carry-on is where I have like my originals and like prints that I can't fit in like the actual luggage thing that's at the bottom of the plane.
Right.
And then in my other things, I just put my clothes and the other prints and like my whole setup.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have it down to 3 suitcases and a backpack.
All right.
So
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's not really all that heavy either. It's not that heavy to me, but it's always fucking hilarious whenever like because every suitcase is 50 pounds. Like I make sure that it's like exact weight, so I'm not overcharged, and I don't like. I have it down to a degree, but every time like I have to take a cab from the airport to the convention center or to the hotel, depending on what time like I flew into whatever city I was in,
right?
They'd always be like, "What the hell's in here? Bricks?" I'm like, "No, it's just paper." You wouldn't think that paper would be heavy, but it's just paper.
Back in 1999, I was at the National Sports Collectors Convention in Atlanta. Okay. And one of the featured guests, I know it's a sports collectors convention, but one of the featured guests that weekend was Pam Anderson.
Okay.
So I had bought a bunch of Playboy magazines and stuff that she was in, had them signed, to resell. So, I had all that stuff, checked all that stuff going down, but when it was signed coming back, I put it in my carry-on.
Mm-hmm.
So we're rushing through Atlanta Airport because we're a little bit on the late side, and we're going through security. And I put my bag on the carry-on on the belt, and they stop it. And I heard a lady say, "We have a solid mass I can't see through."
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Shit. And so they proceed to unpack my bag and pull out Playboy after Playboy after Playboy after Playboy. And so, having the good friends that I have, they stand up to the side and go, "Hey, look at this pervert with all these Playboys in his bag. What the hell is his problem?" Yeah. So that happened.
Oh, that's great.
So, one of the million stories I have when I did that stuff.
Yeah, every so often, or I should say, it was last year, or not last year, the year before. I kept getting stopped by the thing for that black mask in the suitcase. Never got stopped for it before the previous 3 years. It was all in 2019 that I kept getting stopped by airport security for that. I'm like, this is new. Like, did they change their machines?
Yeah.
Or are they now just starting to give a fuck about their jobs? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, mine was in 1999. That was even pre 9/11.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
yeah. Oh, you know what the worst part was, Javier, too? That bag was, I mean, it was hard to close. It was stuffed to the brim with anything that was of value that I was bringing home with me.
So, what did the airport security actually say to you?
Nothing. They just said, okay, here, you can repack your bag now. And I was like, I got to repack this thing now the way I packed it before, where I barely fit everything the first time. So I go, oh, no. Because there were baseballs in there. There were all photographs. There were, God, there was so much stuff in that bag. Rolled up photos. It was crazy. Crazy. So to repack that whole thing again. And we were late, but we made the plane, thank God, because it was late due to a thunderstorm. Saved by the weather. Talking about sitting next to people on a plane, I sat next to a pilot once, and all we talked about for a 2-hour flight were plane crashes.
That doesn't sound very fun.
It was actually he was approaching it from a I don't know if it's a scientific standpoint, but from a pilot standpoint, like what went wrong and why it crashed. Because he told me, he said he was flying over the Atlantic one time and he said he lost both engines.
What?
And he said the people in the cockpit didn't even know it, or the people in the cabin didn't even know it. He goes, you just have a protocol that you run down, get them refired. And he said you're gliding. He said a plane wants to fly. So as long as you're going straight and you got a nice head of wind, he said that thing will fly for a long time. He said if you had a runway right in front of you, you could land it. Because he said turning is slowing. He said when they're up high, they can go a while. That's why they say it's the safest.
That's the freakiest story I've ever fucking heard. That doesn't make me feel any comfortable now being a passenger, knowing that they can. Yeah, we lost the engines. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, hey, listen, I don't want to know.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to know. Thanks, Ken.
Yeah. Well, do you remember the plane crash? I mean, this is going back to the 80s. You might not be old enough to remember it. There was a plane crash, and the plane, it almost landed, and it rolled, like head over heels, rolled. And he was telling me about that one. He said that what happened was one of the pieces of the turbine broke off, and it severed the hydraulics, so they couldn't steer the plane. So he said the pilot, the co-pilot, he said there happened to be another pilot who was in the cockpit, or as it was in the cabin. They were steering the plane by throttling up one engine over the other. He said they were probably a minute and a half away from landing it when they lost control. Like right at the runway, they lost control of it.
I was born in '82, so I don't know anything about that stuff.
Yeah, that was probably in I don't know, maybe 88, 87. You can see videos of it. There were people who videotaped it because they knew.
No, I'm good. I do not need to be watching videos on plane crashes right before I freaking start flying for the first time in 2 weeks. I'm good.
I was with Pete Rose at a signing one time, and a woman came through the line, and she handed him a book that she had written, and it was about her husband who had died in 9/11.
Ooh.
And Pete said, he said, I'll read this on the plane later. It's like, oh, Pete. Very inappropriate, my friend. But that's Pete. Pete's, he's known for getting himself in trouble sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes people just don't have any type of decorum.
Yeah. Magneto's coming together very nicely, my friend.
I'll just wait till I fill in the blacks.
Yeah. Oh, David Williams hand reach. Well, what would Magneto be without that? Just standing there.
You just have a hand fetish. Suck my fingers.
Just the ring.
Yeah. Man, I've been watching like freaking Godfather YouTube videos.
Have you?
Yeah. Just like stuff about some of the characters. That I never read the book. And there's like some video that I watched yesterday talking about like Luca Brasi.
Yeah.
And like why he was so feared. And somebody actually like told the story that's in the book. And I'm like, oh my God, that's freaking brutal.
Yeah, I mean, in the movie, you kind of get the sense that Luca Brasi is a badass, but you really don't know why.
Yeah. Do you know why?
No, I don't know anything about the book.
Everybody fears him for like how evil he was.
Right.
Apparently, this is like the very short, abridged version of the story, but I guess his either mistress or girl he was dating, he got her pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Had to get like some midwife to give birth, help her with the pregnancy,
Right.
and he didn't want the kid, so he told the midwife to throw the kid into the oven, or he was going to slit her throat.
Oh,
like, and she threw the baby into the furnace.
very nice.
And yeah, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, that's some cold-blooded shit right there.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I could have done without knowing that. I mean,
when I had my back surgery, I did a lot of sitting and watching TV and stuff. And one thing I found one day, it was called the Godfather Epic. And what they did was they took Godfather 1 and Godfather 2 and they rearranged it so it was in chronological order.
Oh.
So it was I think it was 7 hours or 9 hours or something like that. It was a crazy, crazy long movie.
Okay.
But yeah, it's basically the Godfather, but in chronological order. So it starts out in Sicily and and goes from there. And
that actually sounds pretty
so yeah, you can probably find it. It's called the Godfather Epic.
Was it on YouTube?
I think it was on HBO. But I'm sure you can find it.
I've never actually seen Godfather 3.
No, neither have I.
But it's been like a hot minute. Like I love rewatching old good movies like that.
Yeah.
It's been like, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, man, it's been a hot minute since I watched The Godfather. Maybe I'll put that on tonight while I work.
I'm from New Jersey. It's required.
Like that and The Departed. I just saw another video on The Departed.
Oh, The Departed. That movie made me so angry.
It made you angry?
Angry. I hated the way it ended.
Because Leo died?
Yeah, it was just too abrupt. His character, you expect a little more than that. You know what I mean? Go out in a blaze of glory or something, or to just end like that. It was just like, wow. It's like, you take your main character and basically just erase him from the movie in a split second without warning.
That came as a huge shock to me, but I get why he did it. And
Yeah.
I actually don't mind it. Like, it's still like one of those things. Like, I must have rewatched that movie at least 10, 20 times. And I keep thinking, like, maybe he'll see it. Maybe he'll avoid the gunshot. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just goes to a test, like, how good his character was that you don't want him to die.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was a great movie. Like I said, the ending was just, it wasn't befitting the character. I think that was but I understand, like you said, I understand why they did it. They wanted to show the brutality of the situation, that nobody was safe at any moment.
Yeah. Have you seen The Irishman?
I do not think I've seen The Irishman.
I was curious whether or not what you thought of it.
Which one was that? Was it
It's the one that's on Netflix that Martin Scorsese did for Netflix.
Oh, with De Niro?
Jimmy Hoffa?
What's that?
Follows Jimmy Hoffa?
Oh, it follows Hoffa? No,
Yeah.
I definitely didn't see that. Is it a series or a movie?
No, it's a movie. It's like a 3-hour movie.
Oh, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
I love a good mob story.
It's got Al Pacino and what to call it, Robert De Niro, and the other one, Joe Pesci.
Okay.
So it's got his normal cast of people that he enjoys working with.
Oh, you know what? I did. I think I heard about that, and I wanted to watch it. And it's been out a while, right?
Yeah. It's been out for.
Yeah. I think I've been wanting to watch it. And I just forgot about it.
There you go. Now you got something to watch later when we're done with the live stream.
I actually started watching on Hulu. It's called something 3-2-1 or something like that. It's a docu-series with I think it's not Bob Rock. I can't remember the producer's name, and Paul McCartney, and they're just sitting there discussing the Beatles' music, but from a technical standpoint, like where the riffs came in, and the power of the bass. Like, he's saying things now. I'll never hear those songs the same again. The way the way that they broke them down.
Yeah, I love stuff like that, but I don't have Hulu.
And my daughter has it. She had a student one when she was in college, and I think she just kept it going.
Lately, my latest fixation thing that I've been watching a lot of, the random as fuck thing, is hold on, where the camera? I don't know why it looks all foggy. Tornadoes. Like tornado chasing videos.
Oh, I watched a little bit of those today. I don't know why. I'm going to Kansas City. I'm like, why am I watching tornado videos? I'm already Kansas City.
I think it was going to happen. I think it might be past tornado season.
I don't know. Do they have seasons? I guess they do, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, it should be past. It should be near the tail end, because I want to say tornado season happens between April and July.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if Kansas City gets hit as often as like Oklahoma does.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, but yeah, Oklahoma, yeah. And you don't really hear about tornadoes hitting cities anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like podunk things, but I've been like watching like storm chasers, just seeing all that stuff. I'm like, good God.
Yeah, those guys are nuts. Our one today where they got caught in it. So you dummies.
I wonder if it's the same one. Was it like the one guy who had like a semi truck crash in front of him?
Yeah.
And then he like took cover.
Yeah.
Like by the semi.
Yeah.
Yep, I watched that one the other day.
Yep. So you dumbass. You should know where it was going.
It was crazy though. Like I still can't figure out. Did he drive in the wrong lane of traffic?
I think so.
Did that semi truck like go in the wrong lane?
I don't know. I think they were just hauling ass to get out of town.
Because all of a sudden, like you saw it. There was no visibility, and
yeah,
it looked like he was on the right side of the road. And then 5 minutes later, there's a semi truck barreling at him.
Yeah, and sometimes it's that you just can't even see 2 feet in front of you. I was driving home once when I lived in Jersey on the Parkway in a blizzard, and I didn't know where I was on the Parkway. And I started to really slow down, really as slow as I could go I didn't want the car to stop because I was afraid it was going to get stuck. And I saw a mile marker right in front of me, which means I was going off the road, but I didn't know where the road was, whether it was right or left. So I had to just make a decision based on experience where I think the road may have been going, and hopefully I stayed on the road or I drove right into a ditch. And I clearly didn't do that, but yeah, driving when you can't see is scary. You can't see a foot in front of you.
Oh, I've done that before, man. There was a convention 4 years ago, Cleveland Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And the weather completely fine. Wisconsin, Illinois, completely fine. Halfway through Indiana, for whatever reason, that section that I was driving in got hit with a blizzard. Visibility 10 feet in front of you. Wow. And I was on the freeway, and I just basically found a semi in front of me I don't care what speed he's going. I'm only behind him. And he was doing like 5-10 miles an hour. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm doing 5-10 miles an hour behind the semi.
Oh yeah.
Because I can at least see him in front of me.
Yep.
And I couldn't even tell you how many cars I counted that were in ditches or semis that were flipped over in ditches. Like, it was insane. And then, like, 30 minutes later, sunny sky.
Mm.
It's the freakiest freaking thing.
I did the same thing when I was just driving up to Jersey a few months back. It was one of the hurricanes was going up the East Coast, and we had to drive through it. And I just ducked in behind a semi. He knew I was there too because he would put on his flashes for me and everything when he was going to slow down. I followed him for probably 100 miles, tucked under his ass because I didn't even get wet.
To answer Michael's thing, yeah, that's there. There is no time for preparation. And the weirdest, like, so I'm watching all these tornado videos on YouTube, right? I'm like thinking in my head, I'm just like, why don't people just like build underground bunker style houses, you know, where like your living room, everything is in the concrete underground, and then on the top floor you have like the lounge area. So that way, if a tornado happens, it can blow away the lounge area, but at least all your possessions and everything else will be underground and saved, right?
But I mean, any animal in existence that lives in an area where that happens probably has a way to burrow themselves underground.
Yeah, but then I saw another video of people doing testing of like some type of rebar concrete mix,
right?
For like that's durable against a hurricane. It is not. Like, they had a car hit one, and after 2 or 3 hits, the concrete was bending. I'm like, okay, so that underground bunker style home wouldn't work yet, or at least not with concrete.
I think the only way to really, I think a way you could do it scientifically would be to design something where the wind flows around it instead of tries to break through it.
Yeah.
You know, some sort of shape, you know, build everything like that. That can withstand, you know, winds without getting damaged, you know, triangular maybe, you know what I mean? Or like almost like a pyramid style. Maybe if, you know, it doesn't have a front way to really hit it hard. Yeah, who knows? But most animals would adapt, and we don't seem to want to adapt. We want to
we're stubborn as shit.
up in the middle of wooded areas and live in trailer parks and. You were right about putting the inks on that thing.
Huh?
You were right about putting the inks on that thing.
Yeah. So it's about the wind, finder. Yo, yeah. You've seen flying cow? Man, that's got to be the freakiest fucking sight just to see a flying cow.
Oh my god! Anything that big flying, I'd be so scared. Oh my god! I'd like to die that way, Javier. Crushed by a cow. Payback for all those burgers.
I was just about to say that. Just about to say it.
He can't even complain. You're like, all right, I deserve this one. I told you beef would kill you. Are there any artists at MEGACON you're looking forward to seeing or talking to or anything like that, Javier?
You see, you know, like I said earlier, I haven't been paying attention to see who's actually going to be there.
You want me to go down the list?
Yeah, go for it.
What else are we doing, right? Let's see what we got here. All right. So we got George Perez
Okay.
with supposedly his last Florida appearance. Greg Capullo.
That's a big name guy, but
Not
no, I wouldn't go for an autograph or anything like that.
Donnie Cates. Tony Daniel.
Okay.
Tom King. Ryan Otley. Scott Snyder. Ryan Stegman. Mirka Andolfo.
Oh, Mirko's going to be there. Cool.
Yeah. Pat Broderick. Clayton Crane. Sam De La Rosa. Jose Delbo. Dan DiDio. Brianna Garcia. Mitch Gerads. Michael Golden. Bob Hall. Tony Harris. Francisco Herrera. Greg Horn. Megan Hutchinson. Dave Johnson. Tyler Kirkham. Jay Lee. Sam Maggs. Clay Mann. Bob McLeod. Big Bill Morrison. Dave Nakayama. Andrew Robinson. Joe Rubenstein. Alex Sabiuk. Evan Doc Shaner. Andy Smith. Larry Scary. Miko Soyan. Arthur Suidam. I don't know how to say his name. Frank Thierry. Tim Townsend. Robert Venditti. Keith Williams. Joshua Williamson. Steve Aloha. Javier Hanzuki. Scott Blair. Chris Campana. Dave Campitti. Sergio Carrillo. Elias Chadzudis. I don't know how to say that. Jeremy Clark. Jamie Coker. Aldeso Corona. Jinky Coronado. Joe Coronet. John Delaney. Francine Delgado. Ariel Diaz. Derek Donovan. Michael Dooney. Sasha Dorogov. Jeff Edwards. Chris Aboot. Omar Francia. Sarah Frazetta. Ryan Fife. Steve Garcia. Johnny Jiang. Owl going back. I don't know what the hell that is. Daniel Govar. Roman Govia. Jenny Gregory. Maury Hallowell. Will Jack. Austin Jankowski. Janowski. Larry Spike Jarrell. Ryan Kincaid. Kevin Kovacic. Tony Kurdos. Ron Leary Jr. Cress Lee. Steve Lidick. Shannon Mayer. Bill Morrison. Oh no, Bill Merriman. Aretha Martinez. Jose Marzan. Bill McKay. Jesus. Ben Mendoza. George Mitchell. Carl Maline. Mustafa Musa. James Mulligan. Sean Andrew Murray. Theo Nguyen. Alfred Page. Mood Park. Mark Pennington. Oh, Mark Pennington. Martin Piero. Aaron Pohara. James Pruitt. Patrick Riley. Alex the Man Rigel. Tone Rodriguez. Fabrice Sapolsky. Brian Seaton. Mark Sparcicio. Sora Song. I don't know how to say that. Jamie Tyler. Veringer Fox Wingard III. Renee Wittestatter. Kevin Wood. Ashley Woods. Anna Zoe. I think that's like more than 10.
Yeah, it seems like the normal cast and crew of characters. There was no names that you listed that was a shock to me.
Okay.
But at least I know now who I will say hi to.
There you go. Reason to walk around Artist Alley for a minute, right? Look for some buddies.
Nah. You see, the weird part is like out of all the artists that you just labeled, I have commissions from all the ones that I want from that list.
The only one I would want would be Capullo. And I'm not getting it, so
yeah, good luck. I was going to say good luck.
I gotta hope he's like a big Simpsons fan and comes run over to see Bill or something.
Oh, in that sense, and like do like a trade.
Yeah. Hey, you want a Homer Simpson? Give me a Batman.
You want a Homer Simpson? Give me a Batman.
Straight up. That's a fair trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know. Like, does he sell any of his originals, or does he just hold on to all of
I
them?
think the thing you can still get your hands on, and it's fairly obtainable, is Spawn art.
Okay.
I don't think the Batman stuff is. I saw one piece not too long ago that went on for sale. I don't know what it went for. I stopped paying attention after 2,000 or 3,000. But the Spawn stuff you can even buy off his website. So he's still got some stuff up there.
Mm.
He occasionally sells like these little prelim things too. He does them randomly, and they're just rough prelims of panels that he's going to use. But I actually picked one up, so I should be getting that soon. So I'll have at least a very rough something composed by Mr. Capullo as a space filler, in case I ever get my hands on something.
Okay, I'm done with this Magneto. I put it closer to the camera so you can actually see it a little bit better.
That's sweet, man.
Like the light just always affects it in like a weird way.
Yeah. Listen, I got a package of art this week from Javier from the SketchCon, and I was shocked about how good this stuff looked compared to how it looked on the screen. I mean, the vibrance of the colors and everything was just amazing. You really don't know how good this probably is until you're actually going to hold it.
I'm telling you, it's something with my art. It just never photographs well. I don't know how to fix that.
Well, I think these streams are just not, they're not up to par yet. They're not really streaming in HD for whatever reason, or the phones at least aren't, or the connections can't handle it. Who knows? You'd have to probably record it to get a higher resolution.
No, I think even on my phone, so I just bought like a new mount for like my phone, so that it's at the same angle as my webcam, and stuff still looks the same, even on my phone camera versus this webcam camera.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know how to fix this fucking problem. Like, I don't know if it's the LED light is somehow like washing everything out.
Right.
It could be. I might have like that's too high of a voltage, or not voltage, wattage.
You can change the color of the light too. I know I have this ring light now that I use for these streams, and it comes with different colors.
Mm-hmm.
I can change the where's the color thing? So I can change the blue. I can change to this, and I think the colors can sometimes help with that too.
Yeah, that Moon Knight one.
That one was stunningly gorgeous. So I liked that Wolverine was great too.
Yeah.
Rich on it.
That one just had like a rich tone of that brown on there.
Yeah.
It's also like that name brand watercolor that I was using. I think I was using Core for that stuff.
Right.
And that just has like this really rich, deep tone. The only reason I don't use it for all my stuff is just because the palette isn't big enough. There's only
this is about to pick up
that many colors.
Oh wow.
12.
Wow.
So my main palette that I have is like 24, 36 different colors. So it's a lot more easy to blend stuff or like do other different types of things.
Yeah.
There you go, Michael. If you're still on the stream, I hope you like it. If not, you'll see it later.
Javier, you ready for this?
What's up?
We got a hungover Annika.
Oh, are you still drinking, Annika? I got a bottle of wine. I could join you.
No.
No.
I'm dying. But Ken said he wanted to see what it looked like, so hi guys.
I invited all the guys on. I said, if anyone wants to join us, it's fine. If not, don't worry about it. So Annika just texted me. She said, I'm all hungover. I said, I kind of want to see that.
Oh, it's bad.
Were you celebrating something last night, or just fuck it Saturday night?
No, I was at a wedding.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just want to pop in and say hi.
Well, hello. Did you? No, she probably hasn't gotten it yet.
This?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I just want to say thank you, like in person, when Ken was talking about the art.
It's even got a little prelim on the back.
Ooh.
That was the scrapped idea, which I didn't show her.
No.
I didn't show it a lot.
No, but I wanted her to see it just to see what was the other rendition before I went to that one.
Oh, okay.
Like, what was the failed idea?
I like the one you went with.
I'm super excited to see it. So I love it. Oh my goodness. All right. I have to go. This took a lot of effort, Ken. hope you know how much I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Javier, for the Thor. And see, I can't even you guys. I'm barely coherent. I hope you have a great. I don't even know. Is it MEGACon right now? Let's see. Oh God.
Yeah, MEGACon.
Yeah, I hope you have a great MEGACon, guys.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be fun.
I'm so jealous.
It's gonna be fun regardless of whether or not it's a successful show, I think.
Yeah, and it'll be like a fun one. Looks like all the cons that are going back are really, really fun. Pretty jealous.
Are there any? You're in San Francisco, right?
San Diego. But
San Diego.
No.
Oh.
There was TorpedoCon in LA.
I was just about to ask, I thought it was San Francisco. That if there's any conventions that happen in San Francisco, but obviously you're in San Diego Comic-Con country. Have you ever gone to that one?
Yes.
How is that one?
Chaos.
Chaos?
So much chaos.
Like what is your preparation tricks that you use for that show? Do you have any? Or you just try to survive and just say fuck it, throw caution on the wind?
I used to be like a super planner for it, but now it's just just survive.
Survive.
It's kind of like how I feel right now, just trying to survive.
Is it going on?
How I look after Comic-Con too.
Is it going on this year?
They were talking about doing like a mini one, but
yeah, Thanksgiving weekend, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's actually. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I haven't heard anything, and
it's a dumb date.
It's a really
Thanksgiving weekend's stupid.
Oh, is that when they decided on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah. People aren't going to go to a convention. Well, I don't know. It's San Diego. They're probably banking on the fact of the name San Diego. But you're also going to have a lot of mothers guilting people like, you're going to go to a Comic-Con instead of spending time with your family? How dare you? Like that type of shit. So
yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So Ken, I just want to say hi. Just wanted to wish you guys a successful show. I'm going to go hydrate. Try and prepare for Monday. Work.
Well, hopefully you survive the night.
Thanks. Good luck.
Oh man.
I didn't think she'd come on. I just said I kind of want to see that. So
makes me want to open up my bottle of wine right now.
That's funny.
It's gonna be. Do we know yet whether or not there's gonna be selling alcohol at MEGACON?
I mean, they usually do.
I can't remember. It's been like I didn't have that show in my rotation for 2 years prior to COVID.
Yeah.
Like I used to do that show, and then it got bought out by a different company, and I tried it with that different company 1 year, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I remember, they have vendors selling alcohol there. It's Florida. They sell alcohol everywhere. I lived in Jersey. You had to go to a liquor store to buy anything, even beer. So when I moved down here to Florida and they have it in supermarkets and gas stations, it was a little bit of a shock. See how available it was everywhere.
What time do they stop serving alcohol in your gas stations and supermarkets?
I don't even know. I have
You
no
don't know?
idea.
Like here, it's 9 o'clock at night, and the reason why it's 9 o'clock is because of like the beer owner taverns league or something like that.
Mhm.
We're afraid that like if you could sell beer late, that people wouldn't go to bars.
Mhm.
So there's like this weird thing now where like they don't serve it just because they want people to go to bars.
Yeah,
But I
Jersey,
know every other state's different.
yeah, Jersey had a blue law. I think it was 10 o'clock. They stopped serving packaged goods. So you have to go to a bar if you want something.
And I want to say I think Illinois is like midnight or 2.
Mm. That Moon Knight looks awesome.
Yeah, this one will be for sale when I'm done with it. Or maybe it won't, and maybe I'll just save it for MEGACON.
Listen, either or. Either or works for us.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to tap into that wine real quick. Hold on.
Sure.
Let me open it up. It's not like I got to drive anywhere or go anywhere tonight.
Yeah, right.
What are you scared about for the convention?
I think my biggest fear is that, well, of course nobody's going to be there, but I don't think that's a possibility.
Like artists or like customers?
Customers. Like it's going to be a light crowd, not a lot of action. But I really don't think so. I actually, my biggest fear is being underprepared.
Okay.
That's. I was talking to Jeff about that. The way my mind works is I like to solve problems.
Yeah.
So I like to figure out what the problems that are going to happen and fix them before they happen.
Yeah.
Or at least have a contingency plan of what's going to happen. Try to run through scenarios in my head all the time, and so I think my biggest fear is that I'm not going to have enough stuff to sell. I mean, I would hate to walk out of MEGACON and feel like, wow, I could have made another, X amount of dollars, but I ran out of shit, and then that's also a fear too, that I'm going to buy too much stuff and I'm going to walk out of MEGACON and go, what the hell am I going to do with all this stuff? So, it's my first con doing it this way. So I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, it's definitely a stressful thing to think about.
But I'm of the thinking of I'd rather be overprepared than underprepared. I'd rather buy 20 more prints than I needed than be sold out on Friday and wonder what the hell I'm going to do next.
So I'll tell you a horror story. I got invited to be a guest at a Mexico convention years ago, right?
Yeah.
They paid for my flight and the hotel and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Fine, I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never done an international convention. So I was just like, okay, I'd probably better bring a lot of prints because I'm not going to, in case like I sell out, I don't know where I could get like copies made,
Right.
So I must have traveled there with around close to 500 prints.
Holy shit.
Like I had a lot.
That was a heavy bag.
It was definitely some heavy ass luggage. I'll tell you that much. And I ended up going to the show and setting up and whatever. And they had me like right at the entrance of the show.
Okay.
Like all the guest artists that they had were like right there at the front doors. I'm like, okay, this is like great spot placement. And then the show happened, and I didn't realize the cultural difference where Mexicans just don't give a shit about comic art in that sense,
Right.
and the pricing difference. So, like, standard pricing at American conventions is like $20 for a print.
Mhm.
And apparently $20 equated out to like 300 pesos. I'm just going to use an abbreviation. Let's just say 300 pesos for a $20 print, right?
Right.
They had prints that like people did as like, internet vendors, or they just got an image online and they were selling them prints of it.
Right.
They were selling those for like 50 pesos. And it's just like, wow, I can't even compete with that shit. And like, I want to say like I sold like maybe 50 prints that entire weekend, but I still had like 500. I'm like, oh my God, I was over prepared for that show.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I don't have to compete against anything like that. I think it's pretty stupid, though, in the U.S., like you said. Even I would even like with the top loaders. I was talking to Jeff, and I was like, well, I'll price them at the show because I'm going to price them according to what everyone else is selling for.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's not. Yeah, I would have a limit. I mean, if people are overcharging for it, I'm not going to do that. I hate to undercut people, but I've seen where somebody charges ridiculous amounts of money for those things.
For the top loaders?
Yeah.
I want to say the craziest that I've seen is like $6 for an 11x17 one.
Yeah, I've seen 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had to buy it. It's like because I needed it for something, and I was like, I can't believe I'm going to pay $10 for this top loader, but I needed it.
I used to like travel with my own for like my original art sales.
Yeah.
Just so I had them for those people that bought the original art to save them money. But then I ran out at a couple of shows, and like, yeah, I'd have to go buy my own top loader for the original art, and that just sucks because I know exactly how much they sell for wholesale, and you're paying like the markup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a case of 100 9x12 and another 100, almost a little over 150 11x17s. So we'll be stacked pretty good. But if I sell out of top loads, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell a lot of art or a lot of prints.
That's what we want.
Yep.
We don't like what is it? Walls being just a flat color. We want them filled up with art.
That's right.
Any pieces in your collection on your wall behind you that are new ones?
Yeah. I'll show you some of them. I think I have them on my computer here. Hold on a sec. Just gotta find them. I'll show you these. I have to make a folder or anything. I'm not going to do that. I'll just bounce in and out. One second. So this is the Aaron Lopresti piece I was talking about.
Oh, you got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Awesome.
one. Too.
It's pretty awesome. And this is a John Romita Jr. Avengers page I just got.
Oh wow. Who is that in the foreground? Oh, Thor. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's in the background? Is that Vision?
No, it's somebody who beat him up. And then this piece I just got. This is Grey Land. Maestro beating the thing up.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, my first Grey Land piece. I was pretty excited. And I wanted something with Maestro in it, so that was cool.
I've never been asked to draw him before.
This I got it from Tom Morgan.
Let me see. That's really good. Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bale.
I love Beta Ray Bill.
This I don't have.
I don't
any.
know why. I just love his design.
We had this is the pencils of it, but now you got this Loki piece from Craig Hamilton. We had him on Monday. The piece was for sale and nobody bought it, so I bought it. And you guys are looking at all my photo references. This is something else I just got. Artie and Saif.
Oh, that's good.
And then this is a Mike Mayhew cover of Battlestar Galactica, Death of Apollo. I used to love Battlestar Galactica when I was a kid. When I saw this, I loved it.
I will admit I've never seen Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
You'd probably like it.
Tell you what, though, I'm freaking hyped for that Doom movie coming out.
Oh, yeah?
Have you seen the trailer for that thing?
No.
Oh, it's freaking insane, man.
I don't watch much television.
Huh?
I don't watch much TV or anything or surf the internet for that stuff.
Oh.
It has to come across me somehow.
You know what's weird is they just dropped like the second trailer, and I haven't seen like a bunch of people sharing it on Facebook, like how normally people share it.
Yeah.
But
thanks, Brett. All right, I'm going to cut this thing off, my friend.
Oh no, that's fine, man.
If you want, I can leave you on.
No, that's fine. I'm actually gonna finish this piece and start working on your piece, and then get to work on some other convention projects.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody who joined us on this last minute kind of thing. Javier and I just wanted to go live and hang out a little bit.
Yeah, without no pressure.
Yeah, we didn't really even expect to do any claims or have anything, but so we figured we'd just hang out for a while, talk about MEGACON, and try to get some information out of you guys, what you like and want to do at cons. So
yeah.
But it was fun, and we will see you tomorrow night. We have George Gianti. I don't have prices yet. I'm still waiting. Sorry, guys. Have to wait for people to answer emails before I can give you guys the answer on that stuff. So I know some people are waiting for that. But as soon as I know, I'll post it. And then, I don't know who we're going to have the week after, if we're going to even have anybody, because that's going to be the week of MegaCon. I'm probably going to want to take that week and not do any shows.
Just conserve your energy.
Conserve my energy and not have to worry about what's next. But we will be back sometime in mid-August, probably doing some stuff again, and hopefully I'm going to make some more contacts and talk to some more people about doing some live shows. That's part of the thing I plan on doing at both of these shows I'm going to be going to too. Looking for new talent to bring on the stage, the channel. So thank everybody for coming. Javier, again, it was a pleasure, my friend.
No, it's always a pleasure, man.
And take care.
No, yeah.